Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with a pretty blue background and no makeup on because I today painted something that had a lot of makeup on it. Insert picture here. And I need to give my skin a tiny little break. On Instagram I asked you guys to send me some questions that you may have about body painting, and so I'm going to sit down, just kind of casually chit chat with you and answer them today. The first question I have today is, what do you find inspires you for a look when you have artist block? And to be honest, the things that I look for are, sometimes I go to Pinterest, not as often as I think a lot of people do, but sometimes I do that. Sometimes just scrolling through my Instagram feed will kind of spark ideas, but to be honest, if I can't think of any, I just kind of like stop trying. And then I usually come up with my ideas before I go to bed, which is really random, but I'll be laying in bed and then it'll hit me. I try to think of things that people haven't done before. That's something that I'm always aiming for, and so when I have artist block and I don't know what to do, I always think, what hasn't been done? And for me, if you look at my page, I feel like the good majority of it is things people haven't done before. And so I also try to figure out, what techniques have I never done? What colors do I not use enough? If I need an idea, like I don't use yellow at all. And so one day I did a look that was just yellow because I never do that. Sometimes I try like little Bob Ross tutorials if I can't figure out anything, or I think of characters, or I just always try to figure out what personally I haven't done either. And I'm kind of messing around right now with like character work, and so this has been a lot of fun because it's breaking a creative block that I had during the holidays, because when you have something that's like set, like Halloween looks, fall looks, winter looks, Christmas, it gets really hard, and that's where I find my creative block hits me hardest. And so when I just kind of stop trying and just kind of think about what I haven't done, what hasn't been done, what could I do more of, that's when I find that my creative block ends and I'm able to push through and create again. The next question I have is, what is your favorite product that no one talks about? I think we can all guess like what the #1 product is, which is the Ben Nye Character Cream Bases. I never hear anybody talk about these. It is truly one of my top 3 favorite products that I use. One thing that I think nobody talks about either though is the Lorac Mega Pro 4 palette. The top 2 rows are matte eyeshadows and then the bottom 2 are shimmers. This is becoming a staple in every single look that I do. I use colors like butterscotch, oat, all of these dark browns right here, these 2 colors in denim, as well as cotton and pink peony. I use those almost every single paint that I do, for shading, for highlighting, for contouring, for drawing out where I need things to go. I am always picking up this palette and nobody ever talks about it. And not only that, but like the shimmers are beautiful too. I've used Peacock a lot. I've used Peacock a lot. It's really pretty, and so this palette I'm loving. And I think it works really well. I haven't honestly worn it on my eyes as like an everyday palette. For some reason I go for this when I need something to shade or something that I know will work for contouring or anything like that. The next question I have is, what are your favorite / most used body paint brushes? So I'm going to start off with large brushes because I have them right here. For setting, if I need like a foundation base, I always use the Michael Todd Sonic Blend brush, and to be honest, you're supposed to have it charged, but I don't. I also use this for just normal foundation, but it has like the perfect space surface area. It's pretty dense. It doesn't leave streaks on your skin. I absolutely love this brush. I also love the Royal and Langnickel contour brushes. They are the BMD 120 brushes and they look like that. If I need to contour or anything, I always kind of use these because it has a perfect shape for my face. And then I also will use them with paint. This one's kind of dirty from paint, and it creates pretty good like surface area when it comes to covering your chest and neck, and it's not too streaky. For small brushes, I will have to go with this fan brush. I love this fan brush. When I'm doing any type of scenery work, I will literally do the entire scene with this one fan brush, which is just an art brush, by the way. This has nothing on it, so I have no idea. But like I said, I think this is from Michaels, because this is the one that I mentioned in my 5 products to start body painting video. So this is also an art brush, and that's the shape of it. This is really good for creating leaves. I love this brush. To be honest, this question is kind of hard because there's so many. Like, I use so many brushes per paint, and each brush that I have kind of has its own unique way I use it. And so if I didn't have any of these, I feel like I would be missing a part of that. So the question's kind of difficult, but those are some of my favorites because those are ones that I use for kind of special techniques. Another question that we have is, how long did it take you to get good at painting, and any tips? Well, I don't think I'm that great at painting. Like, I feel like I have a long way to go, but I have been doing this. So I started dabbling in painting the October after I graduated high school, so I was 18 turning 19. I am 23 now, so I've been doing it for about 4 years, and the only tip that I have really is to practice and to push yourself to look at YouTube videos where, like, if there's a technique you want to do. Like, something I struggle with still to this day is flowers. So I always go to YouTube videos to try to figure out how to paint flowers, and I practice each and every single time to try to grow and use different techniques. So honestly, the biggest tip that I have is to just keep practicing. I feel like you see people on Instagram and YouTube and you think, they're amazing, I can do that. And so that's what I thought. I was like, oh my gosh, I can see that tutorial and do it, and it doesn't turn out the same because they have way more experience than you do. And so you always need to practice and grow and try techniques and figure out your style and how you can do better. Even going back to an old look that you did, let's say 2 years ago, try that again, see how it looks this time. Just practice and look at reference pictures. That's another tip I'll throw in there. Reference pictures are everything. When you're looking at, if you want to create something, for example, the picture I showed at the beginning was a Lord Farquaad look, and I had 3 reference pictures that I used for him. I looked up a video too as well and took a screenshot of that. So I was constantly looking at him, his features, how I could make that with my face, what I needed to do, what I needed to contour, what needed to be brought out, how I could change my nose shape. Like, reference pictures and practice. Those are my biggest tips for getting better at body painting. So that's all the questions that are going to be answered today. Thank you so much for the people who did ask questions. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video.